Damian takes shakes a man's hand, specifically Gail Warren, the hand of Gail Warren, one of the oil field workers from the oil field disaster site that occurred earlier on. Damian smiles as Gail had given him an appreciation badge for completion of his training as a military veteran sergeant. Damian Hardin exits the payroll center with his payroll, enters into a bank, and uses his state ID to get the money from the card. He is immediately drafted $800 for completion of courses. Damian takes the money and pulls out his black wallet and slips the money into his black wallet. Walks outside, gets into his black truck, and opens and closes the car door shut. Stephen immediately knocks on Damian's door, scaring the shit out of Damian. Damian, however, doesn't seem scared at all and flinches inside his car slightly. Opens the car door and asks him a simple question. What in the hell is wrong with your ass? I'm probably gonna touch your ass fucking head, dumbass. Lucky that window wasn't involved. What the fuck are you doing? Stephen and the rest of the group walk behind Damian. And Stephen stares at Damian. Jeremy Kevins approaches Damian from behind Stephen. Stephen stares at Damian. Hate to break to see you, man, but I think your life in jeopardy. I think you're gonna die. Damian Harding looks at his friends and says, "Are you kidding my ass?" Slams the black truck car door behind him and leans against the car, puts 1 foot iron toe boot on the car, and puts his hands in his side pocket. He's currently wearing a black denim blue jean pants and a white t-shirt. And Damian said, "Alright, what's your story?" Taylor turned and asked Damian, "Okay, remember the first group of survivors that survived the nuclear explosion?" Damian responded, Yeah. That was 4 years ago. And then Spears kid and I Steven Trailer kid. Yeah, my boyfriend. Yeah, he died in that hospital in 1985. Taylor responded to the situation at hand and said, "Yes. Well, Dennis Fields saved Jeremy Clifton here." Damian Harding stared at Jeremy. "I thought the last name was Kevins." Jeremy responded, "Yes, sir. I changed my last name to Clifton." Damian stares at Jeremy. "Son, you been working out at the gym? Looks like you got buff." "Oh, never mind that. I'll talk about that later." "What is that?" Damian looks ahead at a windshield connected to another car 20 feet away, and notices the airplane throttled and large viewing past the double mirrors on the side of the cars. He looks up at the sky and turns around and puts his hand on his head, but sees no airplane nearby. Stephen gets Damian's attention. Excuse me, Mr. Harding? What'd you see? Damian turns and stares at Stephen. I thought I saw an airplane. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. Turns around and stares at the group. Hey, look, maybe I should go around and see y'all later. Sarah turns around and shrugs off the situation and leaves the group behind. Stephen brushes past through the group and runs after Sarah Cunning, who seems to be annoyed with all the whole situation. Sarah and Stephen talk about the situation for a slight portion of it. Sarah turns for Stephen as Stephen says, "Hey, babe, what are you doing? We have to get to the bottom." Sarah says, "No, you need to brainstorm your own subconscious and take a reality check. I'm not here to be loved." Stephen, what is this? Stephen responds to Sarah's same exact question with the same exact quoted question. What is this? What do you mean, what is this? We're trying to figure out how Kevin Scott died. How our friends and why our friends are dead. Why is it that everybody's dying and you're not the one that's paying attention, Sarah? Why? Sarah looks at the group and says, "That's Damian Harding is all the proof I need to not give a fuck with all the situation at hand." Stephen looks at Sarah Cunning with a very confused face, and it scratches the back of his head the secondary time. Damian, however, opens the car door and realizes that he forgot his black truck, and realized he forgot his black truck keys back at the military range, and decides to walk back to the military range to get his keys. However, as Damian Harding leaves, he turns around and walks backward, putting both thumbs up. If I'm dying, I'm trying. See, catch y'all kids later. I gotta go get my keys for my black truck. See, he walks forward into the middle of the road, looking left to right and north and south, before he takes the middle of the road back to the military range. However, the group, along with Taylor and Jeremy, started convulsing and having an argument involving the situation at hand, when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, an airplane flies out of the sky and smashes Damian Harding directly into the concrete ground, grinding and smashing and smearing his body parts of DNA across the multiple feet across the ground into the concrete of the ground.